Hey guys! As I was getting organized for 2020, I realized I had this Life Crafted album and it only had like a few inserts in it from 2019 and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I decided to just reuse this as my 2020 album. And I created these 4 dividers with my silhouette. These were a free cut file I had last year. I will leave the link for those down in the description box if you want them for yourself. So I made the 4 dividers and I just popped 2019 layouts in behind one of those dividers, and now I'm going to make myself a title page for 2020. I'm not sure what I'll use the other 2 dividers for, but for now this is where I am starting. So I have got the Fierce and Fabulous Life Crafted kit here from Citrus Twist, and that's what I'm going to use to create my title. I did pull out that 3x4 journaling card first. I've obviously got just plain white dividers. I didn't know what I was going to create with these, so I decided white would be a good background to start with. And instead of using that 3x4 card, I decided to pull out some of the die cuts in the die cut pack, because as usual, packed full of goodness, even more than usual I think, and some of them have this beautiful gold glitter on them, so right up my alley. And I've got this little Polaroid frame, and it did have a really cute quote on it, but I decided it wasn't really appropriate for a 2020 title page, so I'm going to cover it up with the little square label that says "No Bad Days," because fingers crossed, we can only hope. 2020, no bad days, that would be brilliant. And it is perfectly sized just to cover up that quote, but I do want to layer a few things in behind there, and I also want to do some stamping. So I need to fill in the middle of this little Polaroid frame, and I'm going to use some of the pattern papers from the kit to do that. I think I just want to check the colors, because I had collected all of these little pom-poms from my advent calendar from Paper Milkshake, and I wanted to kind of coordinate the colors so that I could use some of these pretty pom-poms. I decided to go with this peachy orange colored grid. I think the grid will make it really easy to do the stamping straight, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to trim that down so it fits in behind the square of the Polaroid frame, and then I'm just going to use a little bit of liquid adhesive to adhere those together. The Polaroid does have a super thin frame on 3 sides, so I didn't really want to use my tape runner, which is my normal go-to. The liquid adhesive I use is just a PVA sort of glue, so it dries super quickly, and I do have this fine liner bottle, which makes these sorts of applications really easy. So now I've got those adhered together and I'm finally starting to add a little bit of colour to this page. I can go ahead and adhere that Polaroid piece down onto the actual divider itself, and I'm going to use a T-square ruler to do this, because I do want at least the base of this to be straight. That's the easiest way I find, especially on a big blank white surface like this. It's very hard to see if it's straight or not, so using a ruler is a really easy way to do that. Now my no bad days thing, I just want to add a little bit of dimension to the fact that these Life Crafted albums are ring bound, means you can add as much bulk to your pages as you want, and I do want to add just a little bit of dimension. I'm going to do that with some double-sided craft foam. Just trimmed that down so it fits under there. I'm not going to stick it down just yet, because I do want to build just a few more layers under there. I'm really looking to add a little bit more color to this title page, especially because I am going to have those pom-poms at the top, so I do really want to balance out the color and also the dimension, I guess. The pom-poms are very dimensional at the top, so I do want to balance that out down the bottom as well. I used one of the ticket pieces from in the die cut pack, lovely yellow one, and I did just trim off the top of it, so you're only going to see the bottom piece. And then I trimmed out one of the labels from the cut apart sheet. Cut apart sheet's one of my favorite pieces in the kit, so versatile, and I use just about all of them every month. I picked a super bright teal one. It's my favorite color, one of my favorite colors, and it's definitely going to work with those pom-poms. So I've just stuck that underneath the bad days piece, and then went ahead and stuck that down. Now I want to do some stamping in the middle like I said here, and of course I want to stamp 2020, so I am going to use the All About the Numbers stamp set from Citrus Twist. Huge stamp set, this one. I think it's a 6x8 stamp set and it's brilliant. It's got these huge typewriter style letter numbers, all sorts of words to go with it. Going to be the perfect sort of stamp set for day in the life, week in the life, that sort of thing. And I stamped that in Catherine Pooler Party Dress. I'm just stamping it onto a little scrap piece of paper to start off with because I wanted to make sure that I was actually going to be able to stamp all of those numbers across this small piece of card, and I can, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp that directly onto the pattern paper. Again, I chose the pink just to add a little bit more color to the page, plus I love pink. This is the stamp set from actually in the kit, and I wanted to pick out one of these really, I mean there's so many sentiments in there, so I took a little bit of time to decide which one. I just wanted to stamp a little line underneath the date, the year there, just to add a little bit more detail. Now really the last thing I have to do is add these pom-poms, but I am still sort of toying around with adding a few more die cuts. I really love these kind of tassel-y ones, and there were 3 or 4 different colors in there, and I'm sort of just playing around with it, but I decided in the end just to keep it simple, just trying to add texture and color, not a cacophony of die cuts. So I'm going to go back and I'm just laying out the pom-poms, picking out some of the colors. There's the bowl there, you can see there's a million colors to choose from, so I'm just picking out a variety of colors, swapping some out just to those darker red and navy blue ones didn't really work for me. I wanted to add a few more sort of the pastel-y lighter colors to match some of the papers that I've used. I've got them in the order that I wanted, so I'm going to heat up my hot glue gun and just run a little bit of hot glue along the top of that die cut, and then using some tweezers so that I don't burn my little fingers, I'm just running a small line of hot glue across the top, just working section by section and then placing the pom-poms in the top. Now I obviously didn't plan very well, or just didn't quite get them in the right space. There's a little bit of a gap at the end, and I was trying to decide whether I could live with it or not. I decided not. I decided to add just one last pom-pom onto the side there, and then that's my pom-poms done. Now I did go and grab out this other stamp set. This is the typewriter month and number set, and I thought that I would stamp this 2020 stamp on the little tab of the divider here. So I grabbed some teal ink and I stamped that on, and I'm just super unhappy with how it looks. It was sort of way too light and kind of wishy-washy, but a little bit too big. I tried to stamp a darker color on top of it and sort of give it a shadowed look, but it got worse and worse. I put it in my album. I wondered whether I could live with it, and I decided I could not. So I'm gonna just alter this a little bit. I'm gonna use another one of these tickets here, and I'm covering that up with the ticket, and then I'm just gonna trim around the edge with my scissors. Now that looks a bit strange, I know, having a kind of ticket thing at the top, so I'm gonna try and pull it all together by using a couple more of the tickets from the die cut pack, and just kind of make that a theme. I've already got the one on there, so it doesn't it doesn't not make sense, but it's just one way that I've found that I'm going to cover up that little mistake. So I'm adding a couple more down the bottom here. This one is white and has this really pretty, again, that gold glitter on it, and I'm using the other end of the blue one from the top. And that gives me 3 little spots. It adds more color and it covers up the mistake with the stamping, and for now I'm just going to leave the tab of the divider plain until I know exactly what I'm going to fill up this album with. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple more videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.